Here's a short spoon that I made a few months back. Unfortunately, it cracked over the face, the top, the sole. I used some epoxy by distributing it in the crack using a piece of paper, and was able to clamp it together, and it seems like it held together pretty well, but I'm not 100% satisfied because such a severe crack. I wanted to add some pegs, so I'll show you that process. It was a pretty difficult process because I ran into more problems along the way. You'll see that I refinished it with black stain, but I decided afterwards to add the pegs, so that's why the color changes. Crack line is extending here across the face and then across the top of the head, and then it goes into the back here a little bit, and even down here where that black line is. So I am going to put some pegs in there. I'm drilling the holes in now and use some wood glue. The pegs are made of hickory, the same pegs as these. I just made them a little smaller, and we'll see how it holds up. All right, I made the pegs by using my usual doweling plate here. I'm a little concerned that they're not perfectly straight, because as you hammer them through, they sometimes kind of just follow the grain. Hopefully we can get that through. I think I'll just use a regular hammer. That's too big. Pray we can get that all the way through. Not snap off as we're doing this. And is it snapping? No, it's not snapping. Nope, it is snapping. That's bad news. Ugh, that's bad. Didn't make it all the way through. Darn it. Maybe I could pop another one in there. This is bad news here. All right, try this again. Put some more glue in there. Ended up re-drilling, but unfortunately didn't go all the way through and meet the other hole. So now I have two holes, but I jammed a hickory dowel in there. So this will be interesting now. All right, try again here. Do some gentle taps. Is it going through? I think it went through. Yes. All right, this one made it through. But yeah, that's an issue. I'm just hoping that's beveled. I don't know what's going on inside there. I looked at the hole inside when I drilled it. I didn't see two holes, so I think we'll be okay. This will look like Frankenstein. Hopefully it holds up. We'll do the same for the rest. So in summary, I have 3 pegs in here so far to support this crack. The pencil line that I just drew better shows where the crack runs. You can see it here. So one peg going in this way through that crack. It's all one continuous crack, I believe. And then this one goes in from the top of the neck, and then it ends blindly. And then this one goes through the face and goes diagonally through, and it winds up there. This I had a problem with. I couldn't get the peg through all the way. I'm hoping there's no gap here. I think it'll hold up. Okay, so here's the 4th hole. I'm just starting to drill now. This is a smaller bit. The crack line runs this way. And I want to go all the way through. There we go. So that's all the way through. Way through the hole. Okay. And we will just hammer another one through after we put some glue on. All right, I just put glue on both sides here and use a toothpick and probably do one more round of glue. Try to hammer that through. Well, I guess not. I think we'll stop there then, of course, because it's cracked. Hopefully there's no divot here. We'll find out. Yeah, I think we're good. We're locked out there. Let's check the back side. And yeah, chisel. I'm thinking this will prevent me from nicking the rest of the... So at some point here I'll go cross screen. Right. Yeah, as long as you're careful here. This is curving away, so that's fine. I'm using a slightly curved number 3 gouge here, so the corners don't nick the face. I use the card scraper and get a lot of the pegs and the paint. Now it's very easy to see the crack here. Now I could take all of this finish off, and I would, but in this, and then I put the India ink on. So we'll see how that goes. I think it's, and come in kind of this way, that angle, something like that. Because this other one's going like that. I might crisscross and go this way. I think that's what I'll... So I had pretty much given up on this club, so I had it sitting on my bench for a few months. I took the shaft off of it and used it for another club, thinking I'd never try using it again because the crack was so bad. But I thought maybe I'll give it a try. So now I'm making a new shaft for it. And this is just my jig that I use with the trapping plane. This shaft's a little bowed, but I ended up kind of using that bow as a St. Andrews bend, so my hands are kind of pointing more towards the toe of the club rather than down by the heel. And it gives me a little bit flatter lie. So just cleaning up. Now, I ran this dowel in through a dowel maker that I just made. It's on a previous YouTube video. You can see that. So that I ended up with a very quickly made 3/4 inch dowel. And here I'm just checking using a 1/2 inch wrench to check the bottom of the shaft. I always try to get it around a 1/2 inch. Just showing the setup. I have a little crank there to help me adjust the speed of the drill and a foot pedal. Now I'm just making the scare for the shaft, which will then get glued to the head. And just match the length of the neck scare of the head to the shaft scare. I'm just making sure it's flat there. Here's some hide glue. It's a combination of high gram strength and medium gram strength glue. And just using the traditional way, of course, which I've done numerous times. You've probably seen that if you watched any of my videos before. Little tangle up there. So I just let that dry for a few hours, and there was very little cleanup needed to be done. So we're going to find out if these clubs can be resurrected for use again. I'll use the feather ball first, just so I can get some shots in case it does crack with the gutta percha ball. See how it holds up. That one had a little more ground contact on it. Still looks like it's holding up. Now I'm using the gutta percha ball. So far so good. So let's see. Yeah, one on the center and one on the toe. Two on the center, one on the toe, and they're it's holding up really well so far. So I'll keep hitting and see what happens. The good news is that after hitting this club, all the repairs that I made held up. The bad news is there is a new crack in a different spot. If you look right here, there's a little hairline crack right there. So that's on the front of the neck. All the rest of it held up. So this is just telling me that I got a really bad piece of wood, I guess, even though it's from the club head material that I've been using to make some other clubs, and they've held up. So I'm not sure what I'm going to do. I'll probably start off by taking the whipping off and see the extent of this. I might give up. I might add some CA glue. I don't know. Maybe I'll add a peg to it. We'll see. All right, with this flash on the video, you can really see the crack very easily now. I've taken the whipping off, and I'm going to use this thin set glue. I don't know if this will work. We'll get it in there. Usually it finds its way. This is something that fellow club maker Kelly Leonard recommended. Not that his clubs break often, but so I'll hit it a couple times with it. And I don't know if I'm going to put a peg in there or not. So I think I'll just extend the whipping down. It was actually kind of on the high side, so I'm going to actually extend it down below the scare joint and give it a shot again. Here's the whipping extended down, pretty low down. Normally they would end it below just above the tip of the scare, and I assume that was a way to tell the quality of the club. So I got the whipping down below where the crack was, or just to the edge of it. So we'll see what happens. I'll give it another whirl. Alright, I've hit about 15 shots so far with this club, and it's held up after the repair here. So I'm pleased so far. I don't see any cracks, I hope. Oh shoot, you gotta be kidding me. There is another crack in here. So you can see the crack here. This is totally different than the crack that was running this way, horizontally, that you can't hardly see anymore. So I think I'm gonna just put some more CA glue on it. It was holding up. I hit about 15 shots with it. Oop. And there is another crack. All right, yet another crack in a different spot. Really some weak wood, but I'm just gonna apply some more CA glue. See what happens. Wipe it off. Apply again. I think there's something on the top too. I'm not going for beauty here. If it holds up, then I'll... Well, I've hit about 20 shots with this club since the repair, and it's holding up somehow. Oh, I'll take that. Yeah, so the question is just CA glue enough? I think if it's a very superficial fracture, that probably is good enough. Did I have to put all those pegs in? It was a pretty bad through and through crack. I don't know the answer to that. You certainly see in the old days, a lot of times you'll see some actual screws in there trying to bind the two pieces together. I assume they use glue as well on top of that. But so far so good. I'll probably have to carry a bag of thin set CA glue with me in a plastic bag just in case there's some problems. Actually not a bad idea to have that on hand anyway, because you can get little hairline cracks here and there. And you might be better nip it in the bud early before it becomes worse, especially if you're playing in a tournament and you need that club. So we'll see. I don't know if I'll have this club in my hands next year, but I'm enjoying it now. I'm hitting it really nicely.